Hello, hello, hello. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Yesterday I gave one trade on USD JPY, which was this one. And yeah, so we had this imbalance and price swept the liquidity from this high, broke the structure, entry. This low was taken out. This low was taken out. So right now, if we see, I'll remove this. So if you look at 4 hour, price is reacting from this order block. Let's go to. So this is not an order block, but let's see. Sometimes there are some imbalance left, so that's why price react from this area. Right now, price have created this trend line liquidity here. So price dropped, took out this high. We have inducement from here, and there is imbalance in the price. So we can use this zone for a sell side entry. And you can target the next low, which is this one. 4 hour, it will look like this. On 1 hour, it will look like this. If you look at 4 hour, price have already swept this previous high. It took out this low, and I think it should take out this trend line equity also. So if you look at 4 hour, we have this demand zone where price can continue to the upside. But right now, here this is the 1:4, and this is 1:6 trade from here. You will look for sell side. There is imbalance. Even if you catch till here, it's a good trade. Let's see DXY first. Let's see. If we have news, then probably there will be a liquidity sweep. Okay. There's reaction from this order block. We could get a continuation, but there is a this 1 hour order block where price have reacted. It reacted, took out this low. I think it should react again. But if it continues to the upside, breaking this high, then we'll see a reversal. So that's why USD JPY and all the USD pairs will continue upside, breaking our order block. So let's see if we have this. So this is a breaker block and this is an order block. So if we get reaction from this, then we'll see same move on USD JPY. Euro USD. So if DXY breaks that zone, then we could look for sell side. So this is internal structure break, which is this one. Price created this trend line equity, still price failed to react from this. So it reacted and then broke the structure, creating an inducement. So we have this order block. If DXY breaks that high, then only we look for sell side. and it should take out this all liquidity. So we can look for setup like this 1:6. We need to see a breakout structure, then price will create some kind of liquidity, it should consolidate, and then only we look for entry. Okay. We don't have any major news. Please hit the like button. Okay, let's see gold. So if you look at EURUSD, this is a refined order block. Took out this high, price took out all this liquidity, and then it broke a structure, creating this imbalance and liquidity over here. So this order block we can use for sell side. And on USD JPY, look for a chalk, that will be better. On gold, I am looking for buy side from this area. Right now, price broke the structure, it created liquidity. There is a trend line liquidity, but we don't have any imbalance in the price. Here we have this imbalance, this one. But if you look at this 30-minute candle, then it flipped and swept the liquidity. If we try to refine this order block, then there is nothing over here. Everything is mitigated. We can use this area. Let's say if we get a chalk or something, then only look for buy side from here. Target the next. Right now, there is a clear imbalance, structure break, sweep of liquidity, and there is a trend line liquidity to the upside. This order block has been mitigated. Entry, stop loss below this low. And the next high is a target 1:5. This is something I'm waiting for. Let's see. Thank you, Wilson. Hello, IT consultant. Let's look at BTC. So price reacted from this order block, but here we can see price have created this equal highs. If you look at 4 hour, then probably it will break this high, and it have reacted from this order block, which is a 4 hour order block. We marked this order block yesterday. There was this breaker block and order block setup, but it was I marked this high only, this candle, but it reacted from 30-minute order block from here. So let's skip this, and if you look at 4 hour again, then there's a 30-minute imbalance, 4 hour imbalance here. Let's mark this. And there is a breaker block to the left side, which is this one. So we could see reaction from both of these order blocks. This is a breaker block order block setup. Price will create liquidity here, and then it will tap, and then we can look for buy side from this order block. The 30-minute chart, there is a imbalance above this area. So this is one setup, and if price breaks this, then we can look for buy from here. You can look for change of character for extra confirmation. There is the same order block here. Price broke the structure, we have this imbalance. But if you look at the 30-minute chart, then price already swept the low. So we could see rejection from here only. It swept out this order block, I guess, and then should continue sweeping this liquidity. But if you look at 30 minutes, then we have two areas of interest. First one is this area, and second one is this one. And there is this breaker block. So a lot of areas, a lot of important areas. This one broke structure, this one swept the liquidity. So let's wait for chalk or any change of pattern. Then we'll decide if we want to enter or not. Because what could happen? It can react from this and then it should break. Like we have to take 2 to 3 losses, and then eventually if this breaks, then there is no point in buying from this order block. It looks great, but let's wait for some kind of confirmation. If we look at high, then we can see it swept the liquidity from this high. Price broke the structure, but if closes to the downside, then there will be a liquidity sweep or turtle soup, we can see. Gold, I think it should continue downside, but we have this imbalance on 30 minutes. So it can react from this area also. But looking at the candlestick, I think it should continue the downside. We can look for buy side. Like this is a structure break. It reacted from this order block. We could see a buy side reaction. One minute, it's a structure break. On 30 minutes, it looks like it's with the liquidity. This is order block which took out the liquidity. Let's wait for price to break this high. Because there is no liquidity, so I'm not that confident in this trade. Like we can look for here it swept the liquidity. It should sweep some kind of liquidity because there is no liquidity in this area. It directly took out this low. It's consolidating over here. It should sweep and then it should continue. So let's wait for that. Time frame. This is time frame. This 1 minute is time frame. I think you can see now. Okay, here, if you look at 30 minutes, then price can sweep this liquidity. So this is area where we can look for buy side from this area, but we have to look for confirmation. So I'm thinking to buy after this sweep of liquidity. So price created this equal lows. Let's wait for price to break this high. Then we look for buy side after this, and we can target the next high, which is around 1:3. I'm not looking for sell. I'm just waiting for price to sweep the liquidity from this low. And if this breaks this candle, then I'll put our stop loss below this low and then look for buy side. On 30 minutes, if we look like this, then it can go to the downside. That's why I'm waiting for price to sweep the liquidity and then it should close. Then I'll look for buy here. So on higher time frame, it should look like this. Price took out the liquidity from this high, mitigated this order block, and then it closed by a wick. So let's look at 30 minutes now. If you look at 1 minute, then we can see this rapid move. And now if price continues to the upside very quickly, then we'll see this is just a liquid sweep. Okay, keep your risk low if you're entering. Please hit the like button. Ten viewers, only 3 likes. Okay, the momentum is coming in. We can see this candle closing about this area. Still, we have 60 minutes left. So on after 30 minutes, after 50 minutes, it should look like a green candle with a downside wick, which took out the liquidity, just like this one. Target is very random. So Right now I'm just looking for 1 is to 3 because we are on all-time high. But right now we can target the next high, this one, but it's too small, like it's 1 is to 2. So at least I should get 1 is to 3 after this structure break. And then it can continue upside, we don't know, right? If price consolidate and creates 2-3 candles, then we'll not look for any entry. And 30 minutes we can see we still have 50 minutes left. So this shows us that there is no momentum in the trade. There is no momentum in this candle. Because if price is taking 2 to 3 candles to break this high, then probably it will be just a sweep of liquidity to get a lot of people entering over here, and then it will sweep the liquidity and then it can continue. So we don't want that to happen. Join this Telegram group, Telegram channel, sorry. So in US 30, price have tapped this order block. This side took out the liquidity. There is a structure break to the downside here. Price have tapped this order block, so we should get a downside reaction. Let's see if we have any order block or something. We will look for a sell side trade here also. You can go to break even after this. Let's go to 4 and see. Price have tapped here, but looking at this candle, this big candle, so we should look for entry over here. Stop loss, keep your stop loss above this high. So this is our first target, not first target, but we'll put our stop loss to break even after this when price tap this. So what can happen? It can tap this order block and then it can continue upside. So this is our original target, which is around 1 is to 5. We have this strong candle which took out, which should take this liquidity and then it should continue. Keep your entry, keep the risk low. Enter with 0.5% risk only. Don't risk too much. Still have 8 minutes. So logic is very simple. We have this breaker block. So it will be a failed order block. Price will reject from this and then it should break, sweeping this liquidity. This is where we will enter. And if it continues, then we can look for buy side from here. I'm not looking for sell side. If this breaks, then we can look for sell from this order block because it took out this liquidity and then broke the structure. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. एक simple setup. Best psychology ever seen in live trading so far. Thank you, bro. Thank you. But US30, if you're entering, then on US30, if you're entering, then look for this setup here. Keep your risk low because if you look at 10 minutes, then there is liquidity which has been swept out, and there is liquidity from this side which has been swept out. But we are looking for downside because it have reacted from this sort of block. So it should go to downside. But if price breaks this high, then you can look for buy side from here, and then it should continue at least till the origin order block. So that's how you can cover the loss from here. Yes, you can buy after this break. Still 3 minutes remaining. Euro USD right now, there is an order block over here. You can look for buy side, but if you look at DXY, there is a problem over here. The problem is price have tapped this order block, and if it continues to downside, then we'll see a reaction from this order block. So you can look for buy, look for a chop, then look for buy from here. But if this fails, if your buy fails, okay, I'll explain again. We have this order block. There is single low liquidity below this area. You can look for buy from here. Look for some confirmation on low diaphragm like chop or something. Till here, you can trade this move to the upside. But if this fails, then you can look for sell from this sort of block to the downside. Crude oil is creating a train line liquidity, so I'm not sure on this. Here there is liquidity, here to the upside there is liquidity, but the overall trend is to downside, then it should continue to downside from this order block. Price have already swept the liquidity, so it should continue. Price have reacted from this area. So it should continue breaking this trend line liquidity. Yeah, there should be imbalance in the order block. Hello, good evening. So the problem right now, gold is this candle didn't flip to the upside. It's a rejecting from this area here. But let's wait for this second candle to form. Right now, I'm not that confident for this buy side trade because it have created this trend line to the downside. So this 5 minute candle took out this previous low. Let's see if this happens, then you can look for buy. So this is the last hope. So you can look for entry over here. See, stop loss for downside. 1 minute. Keep risk low because we have this trend line liquidity, so it can sweep again, and we have another POI to the downside. Okay, don't follow me blindly. I see sales on gold. Okay, bro. So there's on 1 minute there is order block to the left side. So it should react and then it should continue. That's my view. We want to do 3633. Yeah, there is order block over here. This is this one. If this fails, then I look for a buy from here only, from this area. Keep your risk low over here. Okay. It's consolidating too much. This candle have flipped to the downside from, so it can react from this order block to the downside also. So chart of gold broke and went up already, and how is your still not up? Which chart is yours? sept US oil. On US oil, price swept the liquidity. I think it should continue now to the downside. If this closes below, then there will be sweep of liquidity. Which low are you talking about? Hello, hello. Hit the like button. It's reacting from this left side's order block, but I think it should continue upside. It's sweeping this liquidity, but it will break and continue. Don't worry, hold your entry. So my chart is faster than yours. Gold hits 65 first take of equalize. Because there is a latency in streaming. Like it will be 1 to 2 seconds or maybe 10 seconds slower than your live market. For me, it's live, but there will be some delay. There's 2 second delay. Hit the like button. Join the Telegram group. So right now, price is creating this trend line liquidity here, and there is imbalance below this order block. So it should sweep this liquidity, and then it can go to the upside. That's why price is rejecting from this area just to sweep the liquidity. A lot of people will try to enter over here, and then they'll get their stop loss hit. Please hit the like button. I think this is order block from yesterday. Price took out the liquidity created this high. It's reacting from this. It's pullback after. It's not pullback. It's a breakout structure in the opposite direction. That's it. You can close some of your position over here, but don't trail your stop loss below this lows because this move can sweep this liquidity and then it can continue. I think from past 2 weeks or we are on winning streak on live. There are two lines. One is vertical, one is horizontal. I think that's your internet connection because I can see what's streaming right now. So I'll tell you to when to trail the stop loss. Okay. Right now it's still continuing. So after 2 minutes, New York market will open. Either we could see this trade in our direction, or we could see price hitting our stop loss. So go to break even after when price breaks this low and taps it. So go to break even. It's around 1:5, and then you can look for this downside move. Please hit the like button. So we have this huge imbalance in the price. Okay, we want price to create. It should react and sweep the liquidity and then tap this area, and then it should continue. There will be a deeper pullback, I guess. Let's see. If this breaks, then we'll trail stop loss to the upside. So this 30-minute candle closes above this high, then we'll look for, we can target the next high. Sorry, we can trail a stop loss to the upside, because it should continue to upside, because we had this huge candle, this one. If we measure this candle, then we can target the next high. If this breaks, then we can look for a target around 33673. Let's say 3670, something like this. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Join the Telegram channel for daily updates. This move should continue. So set your targets, close some of your position over here, and then target 33670. Jai Hind, bhai, Jai Hind. Now you can trail the stop loss till here, 3658, and hold this move.